Yo, what's up guys, ni Tumbili ndani ya Amoke Vlogs.
My dress is more about the 50 years of Concours. We have 5 cars and all the 5 cars are on my dress.
Hello guys, welcome back to Amoke Vlogs. This is the #1 events, travel and adventure YouTube channel. I hope you are doing great as I'm also doing okay. After 2 years of waiting, today I'm back here at Ngong Race Course attending the 50th anniversary of Concours d'Elegance. So this event has been organized by Alfa Romeo Club. It's about vintage cars, classic cars and bikes. Do you know the difference between a vintage and a classic car? Feel free to leave comment below. For those who don't know, vintage cars are cars that were manufactured between the year 1909 and the year 1930. While classic cars were cars that were manufactured from 1930 onwards. However, not all cars are classic cars. For a car to be classified as a classic car, first it has to be at least 25 years old, rare and desirable. Anyway guys, always remember to leave a like, leave a comment, share and subscribe to Amoke Vlogs. Let us go check out how the event is going on so far.
Hi, my name is Chris from Mini Lovers in Kenya. I'm part of the group. We started this club in 2012 here in Nairobi. We are about 30-40 cars right now in the club. We participate in various events. We do the CSR, we do weddings, we do photo shoots, we do video shoots in the club. We also big in CSR, so we drive this car with a passion and with a drive to change lives, touch lives of the kids. So everywhere we go with the Mini Lovers, we do something different in every county at any given time. This year we are happy to be hosted in Concours d'Elegance for 2022. We participated about 2 to 3 cars in the mini section. I think 2 of our cars have scooped some numbers out of it. So it's been a good event. The other thing I'll talk about is this wonderful car right here. I've had this car since 2012 with a lot of modification on it. I'll say modifications per se. I'll say I've quite a lot of work on it, especially on the paint job. I think the last time we did this video on this channel, we showcased the car in 2 rivers. After that, I did a couple of things. I made these covers for the spotlights. After that, I did another good paint job, which has enhanced the feel and the look of the car. It's a 1.3 liter 4-speed with a sunroof, aftermarket sunroof. Nothing much I've done since then, but I'm glad right now I can say with the little tricks I've done, I'm able now to do a drive without any issues. And as you can see from our club, today we are showcasing another different model. This is a Mini Amoke. This car is about maybe 3 to 4 months old since we started making it up. It still needs a couple of tuning, a couple of paint jobs and all that. On the other far right, we have the new model, which is a 2003 shape, a Mini Cooper. Probably we'll go closer and see how it looks. The other thing I'm going to mention is from 2012 all the way to this moment in time, we've decided to introduce the new shapes. We have a couple of them that we do mini drives. We are also inviting guys who own the same cars to join us. We've been for the last 6 years focusing on the older shapes, 80s model, but now we are focusing on 2000 model plus, and we have a section starting in the club that is going to focus on the new shapes. The other thing I'm going to mention is on 20th October, we are doing a drive to Malindi for charity and for also testing our cars, and a chance to invite our friends out there to come and join us. Check out our handle on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook as Mini Lovers in Kenya. Thank you very much and join us for the drive.
Vipi, wase, this is a VW Volkswagen Beetle, 1970s hapo. It's an original car. The only thing that has been changed is the studs, the wheels, and the headlights. The headlights are aftermarket, but the engine is stock. We do everything for our club. Our club is called Cars and Chrome, Cars of Kenya. This based online. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Original engine on this VW. Kila kitu stock, 1600cc. So we call it Cars and Chrome because of the cars and the chrome.
This is a 1928 Model A T4. It was refurbished and completed in 1978, and it was an absolute scrap when it was found in Kenya, somewhere up near the Kinangop. So it's quite risé. It doesn't actually belong to me, it belongs to a friend of mine, but I have great pleasure in driving it. And it's fun to be at the 50th Concours de Elegance. So yeah, it's great to have the concourse back.
Hi, my name is Paras, and this is an Austin 7. It's a 1928 model. It was originally owned by a British major, and he had the car for almost 30 years before he sold it to another lady. And then we brought it down to Kenya. We've been restoring it for the last 3-4 years.
So my name is Calvin D'Souza. I deal with resto mods, which is basically converting older cars to newer in terms of technology and suspension, engine, but with the same look of an old car from outside. We've also just very recently ventured into motorsports, where we're building buggies and a few rally cars, and also cars for the Rhino Charge. Our background actually started in 4x4, where we used to build these buggies and trucks to take part in the smaller 4x4 events like the Quattro Charge and the Athi Challenge, and from there we developed into these kind of builds. So we can start with this one. This is actually the very recent buggy that we've built. We try to think a little bit out of the box compared to what other people are doing here. So we have a V6 buggy that is rear wheel drive. You can also convert it into an all wheel drive. It's got suspension components that you can swap out to do different motorsports disciplines. We've got diff locks. It's got a whole bunch of kit basically for you to do any kind of motorsports you want, whether it's drifting, whether it's rally raid, whether it's a rally cross, Rhino Charge, Quattro Charge. This is a multi-purpose build. So all the components we've used, we've tried to copy off what other people are doing in the States in terms of chrome moly tubing, seamless tubing. We've got fiberglass body panels so that if they do break, then it's easily replaceable with very little money spent on. If we move to the next car, so this is actually the godfather of our collection. This is where it really started, because back in high school we built this car together with my brother to be able to go to and from school. It was a car that was lying around at home that wasn't being used. The only way we could get it to run was to fit an engine in it, and with my dad's supervision, because he's also been modifying cars way before we were, he's the one that laid the foundation for us to start doing this kind of stuff. So from there, this was the first car. So this is the godfather build of all our collections. So from here, we developed new ideas. We had a better understanding of how to build these kind of cars, what could break, what couldn't break, better suspension, better braking. It all started here. So this was actually initially an Alteza or an IS 200 that is known in the States, that came with a 1 GFE. We wanted to get into drifting, so we swapped out that 1 GFE for a 2JZ, which was twin turbo at the time. It was probably pushing like close to 300 horsepower. And then we had a very bad accident with it while testing during drift. So all the parts from that drift car we salvaged to now start building this. So at the time we couldn't come across any old cars. We've always been into old cars, that you've seen the godfather of our builds. So we decided, instead of finding an old car to build into a drift car, let's build a drift car that looks like an old car. So that's where we started. We started with building the chassis around the seats, the seating position of the driver, around the engine. If you look at this car, it's built entirely with the driver and engine in mind. Everything that else around it is now add-ons. So this is a purpose-built drift car. Now, after we did this, we said, since now we've started a trend where we're building one-off cars, one in Africa, the first in Africa, the first in Kenya. Besides being the first handmade car in Kenya that's clocking over 400 horsepower, we decided to move to the first mid-engine pickup in Africa. So this is the first mid-engine V8 car that's built in Africa. It's a 1940s Fordson pickup platform that was originally a tractor. So from the doors back, it was all tractor components. It used to have a 3-cylinder engine with a tiny little carburetor. We picked this truck up with a tree growing right in the middle of it. So we had to cut it in half, separate it from the tree, and put it back together. Once it was back together again, we could already see what we wanted to do with this thing. So rear wheel drive, it's got a semi-automatic transmission where we're trying to make it into a Tiptronic, but we're slowly tuning it. At the moment, this is, say, 320, 360, it's dancing between those horsepowers. We're trying to get torque from this car. So we're trying to get torque settings so high up past horsepower that we have this car to be, besides the first mid-engine car, we want it to be the first car in Africa to wheelie. So we want this thing off the front two wheels. We want it up in the air. So we're still in the process of tuning, working with Screaming Motors to get this car up to where it will lift the front off. Probably mid next year we will revisit you guys, and you will see now the two all-wheel drive turbo diesel hot rod and the twin-engined, the Tornado. We're still coming up with a name for it, but these things usually speak to us mid-build. So the hot rod, fungus, people ask why we named it Fungus. It's because when we found it, it had a lot of moss, mushrooms, rust, and it just looked like it was full of fungus. So that's where this name came from.
This is more about the 50 years of Concours. We have 5 cars, and all the 5 cars are on my dress, starting from the Mini, which marks the 50 years today. It's got 1972 birth date, and then we have the KKK 139, which is the MG as well, followed by the green MG, which I'm pointing at, which you're standing next to. And that's marking of our 50 years of Concours d'Elegance. Cheers to 50 years.
Oh, this beautiful car, it wasn't that beautiful when I bought it. So I had to spend a lot of time and money to get it to that stage, to make it beautiful. It's a 1947 MG, and it's nearly 70-80 years old. It took me about 2 years to restore it. I started off, I said, okay, let me do a bit here and a bit there. But I ended up stripping the whole car. And there you are, you can see the product.
Karoo. This is a Rolls-Royce boat tail, 1934. The history of it wasn't always a boat tail. It was a flatbed car which was used as a milk truck in the 1950s in Kenya. For this concourse, she's been completely stripped down and put together again. So every nut, every bolt, everything has been polished. Yeah, we didn't think that there was a lot of work needed, but once you start opening them up, you always find something. Yeah, and she's been in our family for 20 years, I suppose now. Yeah. Quite a while. Yeah.
My name is Rakesh Shah from Vitafoam. This is an MGB 1966, red in color, fully restored over the last 2 years. Belongs to the family since last 7 to 8 years old. And it's a beautiful drive. I enjoy it on the weekends. It's done about 96,500 kilometers. This is considered a vintage car because it's over 50 years old.
Yo, what's up guys, ni Tumbili ndani ya Amoke Vlogs. Tuko hapa ndani ya Concours di Elegance. Tumekuja hapa, nilikuwa na hapa pia na cheki boys wangu hapa, Omar mwenyewe. Niko na Omar the captain mwenyewe.
Captain. Welcome guys, Omar Garage, Ruiru, exit 11 next to Zitek University. Captain mwenyewe iko hapa with Tumbili, my nick.
Amazing.
West, you know, amazing guy. Let's do this, man. We've got some classic cars naendelea hapo.
Wamulikie wacheki kitu wagwan, kitu moto. Omar's built.
You know, us Africans tunaangalia kitu kwanza, even without looking at the car, unaangalia kwanza sound. So sound, we got you covered, man. Rockford. Rockford sound, amazing sound. And then now when you come back, ukiangalia huku ndani ya hood kuna 6x9s, Kenwood tweeters, kuna amplifier, kuna Rockford, tuko na 6x9s ndani with the tweeters, alafu na screen. So you can actually watch, unaangalia gari, una watch, una review vitu zako kwa gari, ni smart, unaweza angalia YouTube. So it's quite an amazing car.
YouTube ni
Omar's Garage at YouTube. Classic car. So guys, mnaweza subscribe pale na pia mkuje mtembe garage, muone garage in person, muangalie collection nyingine. We have another collection on the other side. We have 3 cars, Jaguar. We have Ford Zephyrs, tuko na Crown 1970 classic cars, big massive cars, mnaweza ona huko pande hiyo nyingine. If you're looking at the new category, tuko na Land Cruiser pia hapo, 100 series, fully custom, facelifted, kila kitu iko na 10J inch rims. So it's an amazing place to be. Concours de Elegance, 50 years in the making. And I think if we keep this up, Kenya is going to be like Europe, bana.
No, Europe is going to be like Kenya because we are moving ahead of Europe, man. Tumbili TV, get me on Tumbili TV. And thanks so much for those who already know my YouTube channel. For those ones who don't know, please subscribe and also let's support Amoke Vlogs.
So my name is Guy. This car is an MGA 1960, belongs to my brother-in-law who rebuilt it basically from scratch. It's got a stage 2 2-litre engine, 5-speed gearbox, independent suspension all round, and it's for sale if you'd like to buy it. Depends how much money you've got.
Paul Ainerohanga from Uganda, Kampala. I ride Honda Shadow 1989 1100cc made in the US. So we came here to represent at the Concours d'Elegance. I came number 4. Maybe next time we'll do better. This time round we came 35 in total. One group went to South Africa 45 years ago. Another one East Africa, and then others from Busia, Kisumu, yeah, the usual way. But right now we are a total of 35. Many guys didn't come. This is my 4th one actually, but the one for today wasn't as perfect as the previous ones. The turn-up wasn't as that good. And then the Kenyan bikers were not so many, so I would say it should have been better.
My name is Satpal Singh Jabal, and I participated in the concours for more than 30 years. And I think I won the concours 15 times, number 1. And here we got the old 1925. This is the bike which won the concours this year now. And over the last year, I won it 7 years in a row, or 5 years in a row, one of the times. It's like a complete rebuild. It's a 1925. It's a vintage bike. It didn't have owners in the country. We had a different system. So this bike has been just built from scrap.
Hi there, this is Bamboo Man. I'm glad to be here. We've actually been to the Concours d'Elegance of 2022, and actually it has been brilliant. And the reason why I'm here was to be the mascot of this show, because we have missed this show for 2 years because of COVID. But now because it's here, we have to show what we've been doing for these past 2 years. We just making this suit is just an inspiration of how Bamboo did to me, rescuing me from somehow sort of depression and feeling down. And then I came up, I told myself that I'll participate in all activities that involve building our nation, either actively and passively. Yeah, that is my news to you. Asante sana.